Hey guys, welcome to the next video. Today I'm going to be talking about my prediction for the 2018 Senate races. So I'm going to start off with all the safe Democratic states and the safe Republican states. So Washington, Maria Cantwell shouldn't have a problem. California, Dianne Feinstein, even if she receives like a primary challenger and gets defeated, it's still going to be in the safe Democratic column. New Mexico, likely or safe Democratic. New York, safe Democratic. Same thing with Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Maine. I'm going to put in the solid Democratic, even though some people think that's more of a likely Democratic state. Vermont, safe Democratic. Hawaii, safe Democratic. And now for the Republicans, Barroso shouldn't have a problem. Neither should Deb Fischer. Neither should Utah. Shouldn't go to any Democrat anytime soon. And same thing with Mississippi. So now we have, Minnesota. So now we have all the safe seats out of the way. Let's get to the more interesting ones. So let's go to Minnesota first. So Minnesota, I'm going to rate it as likely Democratic, just because it's very unlikely that voters will vote for both a Republican and Democrat on the same ticket, especially like from different parties in the Senate, although it's likely that Amy Klobuchar will receive a larger percentage of the vote than than the lieutenant governor that's going to run for that seat, the open seat. All right, so Wisconsin, another likely Democratic state. Tammy Baldwin shouldn't have too much of a problem getting reelected. Michigan, I almost put that as a safe Democratic state, but it's not quite there since Trump still won it, and there's still a little bit of competitive polling, although it seems to me that Debbie Stabenow shouldn't have a problem winning that race. Pennsylvania, another likely Democratic state. Not much to explain there. New Jersey, because of the Menendez trial and how Bob Menendez is on trial for corruption charges, I'm going to rate it as likely Democratic, just because you don't know what can happen with that. Virginia, likely Democratic. Tim Kaine should hold on to the seat. I believe that's all the likely Democratic seats. And now Ted Cruz. I'm going to rate Ted Cruz's race as likely Republican, because Beto O'Rourke should give him a run for his money. And if the Democratic wave is big enough, then Texas could be in play. But as of right now, I'm going to keep it in the likely R category, because it just doesn't seem like the wave will be that big. But who knows? There's an outside chance it could happen. All right, so let's move over to Montana. So Montana, I'm going to put in the lean Democratic column. Jon Tester has a unique personal brand and is definitely more bipartisan than the other senators. And not to mention, Montana also has a Democratic governor as well. They do vote for Democrats in Montana still. All right, let's move over to Ohio. Sherrod Brown has a very similar rhetoric to Trump on trade, and a lot that appeals to a lot of workers there. So I'm going to leave that in the lean Democratic states. Joe Manchin has probably the most unique personal brand out of any senator serving right now, honestly, and because he's just so bipartisan, and he's a very interesting senator. I'd almost put it as a likely Democratic state, but just because Trump won it by around 40 percentage points, I'm going to keep it as a lean Democratic state. So now, those are all the states that I believe that are probably going to go that way. All the states from now that are like either lean Republican or lean Democratic, they're closer to toss-up than they are like lean R or like lean Republican or lean Democrat, but they're still leaning one way or the other. So I'm going to move over to Florida. So unless Rick Scott gets in this race, I do see Bill Nelson winning it. However, if he does drop into the race, this is going to become a toss-up. So just to let you know that. North Dakota, Heidi Heitkamp has pretty close ties to Trump. Trump has appeared on stage with her. So I believe that will definitely help her a lot. Otherwise, this would be a pure toss-up too. But I just can't rate it. It's a little too close right now. So Tennessee, I'm going to put lean Republican because the former Democratic governor is running. And although back in 2012, I believe, the former Democratic governor, or maybe I think the former Democratic senator from Nebraska tried running, but he lost by double digits. So that could happen to Phil Bredesen. However, we don't know yet. We'll have to see some more polling before we can accurately rate that race. But for now, I'm going to leave it in the lean Republican column. Nevada and Arizona, both of these I'm going to put in the lean Democratic column. Nevada's incumbent Senator Dean Heller is not very well liked, and if there's a Democratic wave, he's probably the most likely incumbent senator to lose his seat. Likely Republican or incumbent Republican senator. And he is in the only state that Hillary Clinton won that has a Republican up for re-election. Now moving down to Arizona, Jeff Flake's retiring, so this race should be very interesting since it's an open seat. I believe it's going to be lean Democratic, especially if Kelly Ward does receive the Republican nomination, just because she's more closely associated with the far right, or not the far right, the alt right. So that could present some problems to appealing to more in the middle of the road voters. All right, so now the last two states I have on the list, I'm going to keep in the pure toss-up state, as both of these senators are Democrats, and both of them are very flawed incumbents that are not well liked in their states, respectively. Especially Claire McCaskill. If I had to pick one that was a little more vulnerable, it'd definitely be Claire McCaskill. However, because of the likely Democratic wave, they could win just because of the Democratic coattails, and they are incumbents, so they do have the incumbency advantage. The thing with Indiana is the Republicans are locked into a gruesome primary battle. So even whoever wins that is probably going to be a little bit damaged. Although, so that's why I'm going to keep that in the pure toss-up, because like I said, both these incumbents are not very well liked within their states, but we'll have to see as the race gets closer. But yeah, for right now, this is my map, and it may change, like I said, if Rick Scott decides to run here, or based on who wins their primaries, like in Indiana, we could be seeing this map change a lot over time. But yeah, I'm going to examine each of these any race that's in the likely lean or toss-up category individually in separate videos that are 2 minutes long each, or however long. But yeah, this is an overall overview of what I believe the 2018 Senate elections will look like. I mean, it's not a final map, but it's my best guess. And thank you for watching. If you would like to subscribe, do so. And if you have any comments, just feel free to leave those. And I appreciate any feedback. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.